Hi, it's Mark here. Welcome to video tutorial for Bodmas. I'll be explaining as to what Bodmas is and why it matters to our calculations. So if we think of this being top secret, no. Bodmas is something which counts. It's something, pardon the pun, something that counts. Here we are, Bodmas. So if you remember Bodmas, and if I keep on saying Bodmas, and you keep on saying Bodmas, I think it's a bit of a strange word. Sometimes when strange words are spoken, they are remembered. So you remember Bodmas, you'll be able to remember how that is built up. So if we take a wee look at Bodmas and why we've got it there and the rules. So the rule behind it is the B. So the first part, the B. I'll bring that back. B is for brackets. You do what's in the brackets first, working from left to right. We always work from left to right. But this gives priorities to the parts first. And then we keep on coming back to left to right. So the brackets, no matter where they are always done first. Orders, which is the power or square root. Then it's the D and M, division and multiplication. They are both equal and you work from left to right. Addition and subtraction next. And again, you work from left to right for addition and subtraction. So the B brackets, O orders, D and M for division and multiplication, AS, addition and subtraction. So if we look at them in a bit more detail, you might be able to then remember, and I'll give you some examples. So the B is for brackets, and you work from left to right within the brackets. Brackets first. Here's an example. 10 times, and in brackets we've got 2 plus 5. So it's the brackets first, 2 plus 5 equals 7. Then we can say 10 times the 7 that was calculated from the brackets. That gives us 70. So the total is going to be 70. Had we calculated this any other way, just from left to right, then we would have done 10 times 2, that's 20, plus 5, and the answer would be incorrectly 25. So it gives us a priority to look at. So the brackets first. Anything in brackets you do first. Then it's the division and multiplication after orders, if there's orders there. Okay, so if you've got brackets, orders, D and M, AS, Bodmas. So here we have, just to explain this a wee bit here, if we have the power of 2 there, so therefore it's squared. So you'll see this if you go in for carpet, for example, or floor coverings, anything like that. If you go into workshops and you're looking for a certain amount of material, anything like that, 10 squared is saying that it's 10 times 10. So you've got 10 by 10. Square root is working back the way. So an example here, and then I'll see about the square root and you'll see what I mean by that, working back the way. So 3 squared is 3 times 3, because it's a square, and we've got 3 by 3. So therefore 3 by 3 is 3 times 3, equals 9, plus the 40. So it's 9 plus 40 equals 49. If we work in the square root of 9, it's 3. So you're working back the way to find out how did I get to that 9 squared. So the square root of that would be 3. So that's that explained for you as well. But it's more important that you know about the order of this. So it's brackets, orders, and then division and multiplication. So the D and M together. They rank equally from left to right. So here's an example here. You can see that we have division and multiplication. We'll get the multiplication first because it's to the left. So that has exactly the same equal status as the division at the end there. So the 5 times 3 is equal status of 14 divided by 7. So they must be done first. So the first thing from left to right is the 5 times 3. 15. Make a note of the 15 above it. Then it's 14 divided by 7, because it's division and multiplication before the addition. Bodmas. So 14 divided by 7 equals 2. You could write the 2 above that. Then, using what we've already got there, so the 15 plus the 2. So the 15 is the result of 5 times 3. The 2 is the result of 14 divided by 7. So we add the two of those together because it's addition in the middle there. Addition comes after multiplication and the division and multiplication. And here we have 15 plus 2 equals 17. Addition and subtraction, again, they hold equal status. So they do, going from left to right. So here's a wee example here. There's no brackets, there's no orders, there's no division and multiplication going from left to right. What we do have is just straightforward. So this one here is very straightforward for us. Just using the Bodmas, but you can see why it's important when we're calculating out from left to right. So it's just the 6 plus 4 is 10, the 10 minus 3 is 7, and the 7 plus 5, which is 12. So here's an example of how not to calculate out when there is importance placed upon something. So when we're not using Bodmas and there's no priorities, so it's 6 plus 5 is 11. We're just working from left to right, as most people would do. We tend to work from left to right, especially in the West. So 6 plus 5 is 11. The 11 times 10, 110. 110 minus 20 gives us 90. The 90 plus 90 gives us 180. 180 divided by 9 gives us 20. 20 plus 4 gives us the 24. Now, if we were to view exactly the same sum, but with importance placed upon it, so where we've got brackets, now this now means we have Bodmas in operation. And where we have Bodmas in operation, we must abide by the Bodmas rules. So therefore, brackets. 5 times 10 is 50. I'll write it above, I'll put it above, so that we can remember that for then calculating out later on. So presence, the priority here. So it's 5 times 10 is 50, the priority here. Brackets. There's no orders. So now we move on to the other part of Bodmas. Division and multiplication. Now remember, there's no priorities over division or multiplication in itself. So it would be from left to right. So now we'll look to see there's no other division or multiplication from left to right. So there's only one there. So it's the 90 divided by 9, which is 10. So I'll write it above it. Now we work our way through from left to right because there's no others. Now it's just addition and subtraction, and it's just left to right because it's equal status now. So this is the end part of Bodmas. So 6 plus the 50, which we already had, which is 56. Now we can move on to the 56 minus 20 because it's just going from left to right now. Addition and subtraction are equal, so it's the 56 minus the 20, which gives us the 36. The 36 plus the 90 is already divided by the 9. We've got the 10 there, so it's the 36 plus 10, which gives us 46. And then it's just the NB bit there, which is plus 4. 46 plus 4 is 50, and the answer is 50. So incorrectly, not using Bodmas, where there's no priorities, just working from left to right, is 24. If we do it correctly using Bodmas, where we've got the brackets there, and then we can work on Bodmas because the brackets are there, then the answer is 50. Now you can see the reason for actually using Bodmas and bringing priorities. Hope you've enjoyed this. Work your way through it again, have fun, try it out. Try it a few times. Thanks very much. All the best. See you again.